Hello everyone, I'm Rovius and today I will show you what Wanda the Time Keeper is about. Wanda is blessed with the voice of the chimes of the grandfather clock. Instead of a health bar, Wanda has got an age meter. It ranges from 20 to 80 years, indicating her physical age. And depending on how old she currently is, she gains various passive effects. Her age comes in 3 stages. From the age of 20 to 35, she's in a young age. From the age of 35 to 65, she's in a middle age. And from the age of 65 onwards, she is in her old age. When Wanda hits 80 years, she dies of old age. Wanda will automatically age by 1 year every 40 seconds, which means she automatically ages for 12 years every single in-game day. Since she has only got an age meter, taking any damage will also take a toll on her age. She ages by 1 year for each 2.5 points of damage she takes. For example, if Deerclops with 75 points of attack damage hits Wanda while she isn't wearing any armor, that is going to take 30 years off of her age. The aging doesn't occur instantaneously, but rather takes a moment to take place. That means, even if an attack were to age you beyond 80 years, you've still got a very brief time window to rejuvenate Wanda before she actually dies. Not having a normal health bar also means that any healing properties of food items, crockpot dishes, jelly beans, or other healing items like healing salve or honey poultice, and even Warthog soul healing are not going to affect her age at all. She enters the game at the age of 38, with 175 maximum hunger and 200 maximum sanity. She also enters a new world with a timeless watch and 3 timepieces in her inventory. The only way to replenish Wanda's youth is to use said ageless watch. With a cooldown of 2 minutes, it rejuvenates her by 8 years. It doesn't have any charges, so you can use it as often as you like. On top of that, each ageless watch has its own cooldown, so you can stock up on them to quickly make her much younger again if you need to. She has access to several unique crafts and various types of pocket watches to help her on her adventures. A unique intermediary crafting material to Wanda are the timepieces, which cost 8 Thorsight fragments and 2 nightmare fuel to each craft. Every single type of watch is going to require these said pieces. Therefore, getting your hands on some Thorsight early on in a new world can come in super handy for Wanda. You don't even have to necessarily go to the dangerous ruin. Even a trip to the perfectly safe archives can be a worthwhile trip, as there are plenty of Thorsight walls to hammer, which will yield you with the needed Thorsight fragment. In order to craft the timepieces, Wanda needs the Clockmaker tools as well, which can also be used to dismantle any other pocket watch, yielding 100% of the used crafting materials. However, you cannot dismantle any pocket watch while it's still on cooldown. The second chance watch allows Wanda to resurrect herself or another dead player. Unlike a Telltale Heart or life-giving amulet, this revives them in the exact location they died in. This can be very dangerous if your location or death is immersed in darkness at the time of resurrection, or if that means you're going to spawn directly next to a bunch of dangerous enemies. A second chance watch is not consumed during this process and can be used again after a cooldown. The resurrected player does not suffer from a max health penalty when revived this way. With a 2-second cooldown, the Backstep watch can be used to teleport back a small distance to a location that Wanda previously walked on. This can be used to dodge attacks or make fighting generally easier. The Backtrek watch can be used to set an anchor point that Wanda then can teleport back to once a day from a long distance. This is insanely powerful, as you can travel in between the caves and the surface with these. Each Backtrek watch has its own anchor point. If you want to reset the anchor point, you can just dismantle it with the Clockmaker tools once the watch is off cooldown. The Rift watch can be prototyped as a shadow manipulator and act as a team version of the Backtrek watch. Consumes a purple gem upon using it. After setting your anchor point, you can reactivate it to open a little rift or portal that anyone can jump through to return to the anchor point. The rift closes after 10 seconds, so there is no time to waste for your team to jump through. The alarming clock acts as a unique weapon to Wanda, and it can also be prototyped as the shadow manipulator. It has a longer melee attack range than other weapons and can be recharged with Nightmare Fuel to restore 25 uses. It has 100 uses in total, and the amount of damage Wanda can deal with the alarming clock depends on her age. An old Wanda, for example, will deal 143 points of damage per attack with a charged alarming clock. A middle-aged Wanda will deal 98 points of damage, and a young Wanda will deal 82 points of damage. The alarming clock does not break upon reaching 0% charge, but deals significantly less damage. An old Wanda will deal 30 points of damage only with an uncharged alarming clock, whereas the young and middle-aged version still deals 60 points of damage, which makes it still superior than the Handbag. Wanda also respectively deals more damage with a Dark Sword, capping at 119 points of damage per swing at an old age. Another thing I noticed is that Wanda takes a little bit longer to craft things at her old age. And additionally, Wanda also loses sanity at a slow pace at her old age, like when she's holding a Dark Sword or when she's doing spellcasts with various staffs. I would describe Wanda very much as a glass cannon, where you can personally adjust the risk-reward balance according to your preference. Do you want to deal a lot of damage with her at the cost of being at the brink of dying? Or do you prefer taking fights a bit slower but have more leeway to make mistakes? I'm personally very intrigued to play Wanda, and she's in my opinion the most interesting character addition to date. Can definitely be very powerful in the right hands, and the wide array of pocket watches definitely adds an additional layer of fun to the usual gameplay experience that you have with some of the other characters. I would also like to thank Glurms and Jakiosaurus for sharing lots of useful information in the process of making this video, and I can only encourage you guys to check out their channels. Also, please keep in mind that this video was created with one of Wanda's earliest available iterations, so there are probably possibly some things subject to change still. So, what do you guys think about her? Do you think she is too powerful? Is Wanda a character you're looking forward to play? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If that was the case, feel free to give me a like, subscribe for more content in the future. And you can also find me on twitch.tv/Rovius, where I stream loads of DST and probably Wanda too on a regular basis. See you around!